channelization is not there in your syllabus, right? So here, basically, what happens in earlier scenario, it was like this, that all the connections were, most of the connections were, um, wired connections, and there was a single medium, that means which is connecting source and destination. So we had some scenario like say this is the source and this is the destination. So I have this as source and this as destination, and this is the medium. You got the idea. And there will be several sources. So this is source 1. Similarly, source 2 also will be there. Source 3 will be there. You got the idea. So we have source 3, right? So this is source 3. Like this, many sources will be there, many sources, and this particular system wanted to communicate to this particular destination. Now what happens, this source 1 uh, has only this as the medium available for sending its frame. Similarly, this source also, second source S2 also has only this as a medium for sending its own frame. Similarly, S3 has, this is the only medium available for sending the frames. Now what happens, every source, before sending a frame into the medium, they will have to check whether the medium is free or busy. If the medium is busy in the sense, if it is already carrying a frame from some of the sources, then it is busy. You got the idea? You people are understanding? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is the only medium. Now suppose source 2 wants to send a frame, and it checks the medium whether it is free. You got the idea? It's free or not. So it's the same scenario. I don't know how many of you people are on village. I mean to say are from village, through which a railway line is passing. You got the idea? Through which a railway line is passing. Now, as a villager, I want to cross that railway line, but I am not very sure whether that train is coming from opposite direction, because it's, as of now, it is not visible. But suppose when I am trying to cross over the railway track and suddenly train comes and hits, that's a bad scenario. So collision will occur, right? Collision will occur. So to avoid collision, what I'll do is I'll put my ears on the train track. You got the idea? And try to hear if there is a huge vibration. If there is a huge vibration, then definitely train is somewhere nearby. You got the idea? And I will not try to cross that railway track. I'll back off. I'll back off and stand still, doing nothing till the train passes. The moment train passes, I'll again try to listen to the railway track. And if there is no vibration, I know that no train is coming. So I can safely cross over this railway, So this was what a villager will do. Similar kind of scenario is there where sources are there. Source 1, source 2, source 3 and all are there. Every source has a frame to send, transmit across the channel, and there is a single channel medium available, right? Now source 2 wants to send a frame, and before sending the frame, it has to check whether the medium is free. If the medium is free, it releases its frame onto the medium, and what I meant to say, it goes here. Now that frame was somewhere here. You got the idea? Frame was somewhere here, and when what I meant to say, S3 checked the frame. For it seems that, you got the idea? It seems that uh, you know uh, this particular channel or medium is free. So it releases its frame. Frame means, suppose this frame is comprising of, you got the idea, is comprising of say 100 bits. You got the idea? It is comprising of 100 bits. So first bit will be released, second bit will be released, third bit will be released, And by that time, this frame is already on its path coming in this direction. You got the idea? It's already in this path. It's coming in this direction. By the time, so the size of this was 100 bits, assuming that this frame is carrying 100 bits. So all 100 bits must leave what I'm saying source 3, and they should uh, mm, uh, be completely on the frame. Released for transmission. This frame has already arrived here. You got the idea? And ultimately what happens, the first bit of source 2 collides with 31st bit of S3, and collision occurs. And after that, source 3, because one by one it will be released. So all the frame, both the frame from S2 and S3, they will keep on colliding with each other, and the whole data gets garbled. Garbled means loses its meaning. Am I clear over here? So this is the scenario for any, what I meant to say earlier. This was the scenario. Uh, this is how the transmission used to occur. This is how the transmission used to occur. Now, many protocols have been devised to handle such a shared link, because this particular link is being shared by so many sources. Source 1, source 2, source 3, source 4, source 5, and all, right? And there is no priority, assigned to each of the source. So each of the source is having equal priority or equal control over the medium, that they are free to send their data. So there is no specific source that this source is not given importance when compared to these two sources. No, they have equal importance and they have equal chances of sending their frames. Am I clear over here? So whenever, all these protocols, basically, they are stationed in data link layer. I mean to say, so medium access control MAC protocol they are. You got the idea? So basically, there are three types of protocol. One is random access protocol, second is controlled access protocol, and third is channelization protocol. So random access protocol is something, this scenario will see this. Under random access protocol, we'll study Aloha, CSMA CD, carrier sense multiple access with collision detection. This is called carrier sense multiple access with collision avoidance. Then we have what I would say here, controlled access protocols are reservation, pooling, token passing, and frequency division multiple access, time division multiple access, and code division multiple access. So these are the various types of protocols that will allow a channel which is shared by many of the other sources. So these are the protocols. Now we'll see these protocols one by one. So let us see what is random access. Basically, random access is this kind of scenario. Random access is this kind of scenario. Like uh, no station is given any priority over the other station, right? And each station has a data to send. At any point of time, we will assume that each station has a data to send. This is what we are assuming. Each station has data to send. And then, sorry, this should be like this. Okay, let me. That's fine. So every station has data to send, and a procedure has to be defined. Uh, where a station takes the decision whether to send its data or to back off or not to send. So basically, this decision whether to send the data through the medium or not to send the data through the medium depends on whether the shared medium is free or it is idle. If the medium is idle, that means it is free. In that case, the station is ready, it sends it data. In fact, it sends it data. But if the station finds that there is already a frame present on the shared medium, so it will back off. It will not send its frame, because even if it sends its frame, it is going to be collided with the frame of other source, which is already there on the medium, which is already there in the shared medium. And this may result in collision. This may result in collision. This is what happens. So this is the scenario. So for random access, we have two features, that will give the name random access. You got the idea? So why it is called random access? Random access means the stations which are connected to shared medium, stations which are connected to shared medium, they are, connected to shared medium. They don't have any scheduled time for sending the data. No scheduled timetable is there that during this time station 1 should send, during this time station 2 should send, during this time station 3 should send. There is no timetable, right? So transmission happens to be random. How random it is? Because it will simply, a station wants to send the data, it will simply sense the data. That means it will try to know whether a frame is already there on the shared medium. If it is there, it will back off. It will not send. But if it feels that medium is free, it is idle, then immediately it will send the data. And this is a random process. That is why it is called medium access. Stations, sending stations access the medium randomly. That is why random access. And second feature of this, protocol is there is no rule actually for station, which station should send next. Now what happens? As I said, none of the stations are having any priority over other stations. Every station is, free to send its data. If it has data, it is free to send the data. But before sending the data, the only condition applicable is it has to check whether the medium is free or it is what I'm going to say busy in transmitting another frame from some other source. That's the only rule. So here and once suppose station 2 has sent the data, not necessary that next station 2 should not send. If station 2 has a frame and station 2 feels that medium is still free, it will release it second, what I meant to say, frame. So there is no kind of this scenario that a frame after this frame, next frame by source 2, source 3 should send, after that source 5 should send. There is no rule like that. Every source, simply it will sense the sense the medium, shared medium, and if it feels that shared medium is free, that is it is idle, so immediately it starts transmitting the data. So stations will generally compete with each other. In fact, stations will compete with each other to have control over the medium, just to send as much of data as possible. Right, the idea. So this is called contention. Contention means they compete with each other. They compete. The meaning of the word competition is they are taking in a kind of scenario. They are completely busy in checking whether the shared medium is free. If the medium is free, immediately I'll send my frame. That's the scenario. So they are competing with each other. So this is called competing. Whenever the sources are competing to send their data across the shared medium, we say that they are contending or they are competing with each other to send their data. So in this random access method, the access of the shared medium will be completely random. There is no priority associated with any frame. With any source, sending source. Every source is, if it is having data, it is free to send the data. That is what happens. Now, what is contention? Contention means every source is competing with each other right? So in competing means in Hindi, it is called Spardha. So I meant to say in sports also, if it is a 100-meter running race, so every participant competes with each other to become first in the race. You got the idea? So this is what is called as contention, right? So there is the first algorithm of this random access is called Aloha. So it was a pure Aloha. So initially it was designed, this particular random access algorithm called Aloha was designed by University of Hawaii way back in 1970. So probably you people were not born during that time, right? So University of Hawaii, it has designed this Aloha. So basically it was made for radio LAN, that is wireless LAN. But then it can be used by, even wired connection where the medium is being shared, right? And whenever medium is being shared by many sources which are contending with each other, which are competing with each other to send their data, chances of collision of the frames from different sources, frames from chances of collision, you got the idea, from different sources, frames from different sources is very high, right? And this happens because the medium is shared, right? So whenever a station sends data, another station must not send the data at the same time. Basically, that's the scenario. But if another station also decides to send the data when already uh, a station has sent its data earlier, and another station decides that this should be sent, my frame should be sent. So at that station, at some point of time, they will collide with each other, and they get garbled. Garbled means they become meaningless. Both the frames, the data in both the frames get meaningless. The meaningless word is called garbled. You people are understanding, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Shashank, Arun,
Yes, sir.
yeah,
Yes, sir.
Abhirami, Asha, understanding or no?
Yes, sir. Understand.
Yes, Asha,
Yes, sir.
Rahul,
Yes,
Naina.
sir.
So,
Okay, fine. So this now we have scenario called as pure aloha. Now we have scenario called as pure aloha. So this was the simplest and a very elegant protocol of the time. Of the time means 1970. See, aloha was designed in 1970. At that time, this was very simple, protocol which was designed, and it was very elegant. You know, so basically here in this, what I meant to say, concept was the channel was shared amongst the various sources, shared in the sense, if I have a medium, I had given the diagram already. You got the idea. I have a medium like this, and there is a source, one, which is sending the data. Then this is source two, which is, sending the data. This is source 3, which is sending the data. This is source 4, which is sending the data. Right, like this, I may have umpteen number of systems connected to the same shared medium. You got the idea. So, and since there is only one channel to share, there is a possibility that the frames may collide. Now see, frame from source 1 has just been released, just been transmitted. That means all the bits from frame 1, suppose this particular frame is having 20 bits, all the 20 bits have left station 1, and they have come on the medium. But by the time all the bits were just came on the medium, source 2 checked, and this distance is considerable. Maybe say they are 1 kilometer away, assuming that source 1 and source 2 are 1 kilometer away. So source 2 feels that the this thing is idle. I mean to say this medium is idle. So it releases its first bit, second bit, third bit, and during that time this frame is already coming in this direction of 2. You got the idea? It is coming in the direction of 2 because frame 1, source 1 wants to deliver the frame to source 4. So, this is the source 4 to which it wants to send the data. You got the idea? So this frame from source 1, so this is my source 1, this is my source 1, and say this is my source 2, right? This is my source 2 and this is my source 3. You got the idea? So by the time one bit was released, you got the idea, this moved further. Another bit was released, right? 2 bits were released, it came further. Another bit was released, right? So it came still further. So by the time 13th bit was released, it was almost, this frame almost arrived at this particular place. It arrived, this frame arrived at this particular frame. First bit of this frame arrived at this place. So 14th bit, when it is released by station 2 onto the medium, the first